What's going on, everybody? This is Falcons Daily. It is Falcons Friday, and I am CG Craig Green, your host. And again, it is Falcons Friday. Hope you got your Falcons gear on, a hat, something. I'm repping today, as you can see. I got the chain going, so we are here and in full effect. And hope y'all have had a great week. The Falcons returned to practice yesterday on Thursday. And things are looking pretty good. I mean, one concerning thing that came out of camp, again, we were talking yesterday about Jaylen Walker and him going through some kind of management or whatever the term was that they wanted to use for that. And it turns out that Jaylen Walker is actually nursing a hamstring injury. So we'll get more to that here in a little bit. But the other piece of news that I wanted to talk about has a little bit to do with the Falcons, but also more to do with one of their upcoming opponents and an opponent from last season, the Washington Commanders. So you may or may not have seen on Thursday evening that Terry McLaurin, wide receiver for the Commanders, asked for a trade. He did. He asked for a trade out of Washington. They could not agree. Tentatively, right now, they couldn't agree on getting him back in the building, any kind of terms or whatever it may be. So would you, if you are Terry Fontenot, if you are Arthur Blank, knowing that you've also got Drake London, that you will have to sign here pretty soon. I mean, his fifth-year option was picked up. Awesome sauce, yes. But also, after that, you're going to have to pay the man. So that is that's the question that you got right now is how are we looking when it comes to that? I mean, when it comes to age and things like that, Drake London is 6 years younger than Terry McLaurin, but their production was somewhat comparable last season. McLaurin, a veteran wide receiver, he's definitely a number one. Would you want to trade Drake London straight up for McLaurin? Would you do it if you were the Falcons? Would you do it if you're the Commanders? Again, plenty of things to think about when it comes to that. When you just look at last season, right? When you just compare last season's numbers, last season Drake had 18 more catches, but he only had a little over 180 more yards. So Drake, 100 catches, 1,271 yards. Terry McLaurin, 82 catches, 1,096 yards. So not that far off. McLaurin had more touchdowns, 13-9. That went into the favor of Terry McLaurin. And of course, remember Washington beat the Falcons last year on Sunday Night Football in overtime. Also, one thing that goes in Drake's favor is the fact that he had 41 more targets than McLaurin, 158 to 117. They're both the number one receiver, but I think there was a little bit more balance when it came to the Washington attack than the Falcons. When it comes to spreading the ball around, that is. I mean, Drake London, again, 100 catches. That's a lot. And McLaurin, against their number one guy, he only had 82. So, again, the ball was spread out a little bit more. In terms of also the catch percentage, that went in favor of McLaurin. He caught 70% of his passes for 13.4 yards a reception. Drake was right at about 12.7 yards a catch. Things, I guess, when you look at those numbers, I mean, it doesn't tell you a whole lot. What you do need to kind of look at, though, is the money that it's going to cost for some of these guys as well. That's another big factor. Again, Terry McLaurin's asked for a trade. Right now, I mean, when you look at his money, I mean, his salary cap number is wild. It's $25 million. But when you look at what he's making this season, it's really, we're not talking about, life-changing money here. His cap number is $25.5 million. It's the last year of his deal. He's looking to maybe get an extension of some sort, but I don't know how willing the Commanders are to do that. Again, he's 30 years old. Would you want to pay Drake London and then, this offseason coming up, or would you want to give McLaurin maybe less money and still have a number one receiver? Again, lots to think about. But for me, the answer is pretty easy. I would stay with Drake London. I wouldn't even consider really bringing in Terry McLaurin. Again, 30-year-old receiver, 31 years old, in 2026. Again, that's a lot of money to make. I mean, he is a good player. He does a lot of good things. He's an explosive guy. He can take it to the house. So that's one element of his game that he has that Drake hasn't really shown. Don't want to say he doesn't have it, but we haven't seen it from Drake London to where he's, can bust away and score a long touchdown. That's just not really how our offense has been, operating. For me, again, McLaurin, as talented as he is, I think he's not too old, but for the kind of money that he may want or thinks he could want, I would much rather pay 24, 25-year-old Drake London for the next 4 to 5 years and bank on him to be the wide receiver one in Atlanta. We talked about Jaylen Walker a few moments ago, and we brought up the fact that Raheem Morris revealed that he's got a hamstring injury. Right now, they're looking at it as minor. They said, Jaylen, what concerns do you have about Jaylen? They did say that Jaylen wanted to practice. He did participate in some of the walkthrough portions, so, it's not the end of the world, but any concerns that he could be ready for week one? Whenever I hear injuries, when I hear hamstrings, there's worse injuries out there, but hamstring, that one sometimes can sneak right back up on you. You think you're fine, and then all of a sudden you're not. Then you've pull up blame again. So, got to be really cautious, especially now. Again, first of all, he's the number 15 overall draft pick. He's our top draft pick. He's one of our prized players here that we just brought in. So don't want to take too many risks with Jaylen Walker and put him out there too soon, too much too soon. So I like it. Shut him down for right now. What's he got to prove? They did, coaches are saying he does need the snaps. I do understand that. But you also need him for week one. So whatever it takes to get to week one with all 53 intact, especially all 22 starters, or really all 33 starters if you include the special teams, that's what you got to do. And I commend Raheem Morris for, working on identifying problems and fixing them right away. And putting Jaylen out there too soon would be a hell of a problem to have to fix. What do the Falcons need to improve the most? Right now, they're in the middle of, training camp, the dog days of summer. They say iron sharpens iron. And that rings true for all 32 NFL teams as well. But where do the Falcons need to improve the most? When you think about the things that they're deficient at, what comes to your mind? What are the things that you think the Falcons are really struggling at? When I think of the things that I think the Falcons really are, I don't say not good, but I guess not good is the best way to say it. But when I think of the things that the Falcons are, deficient at, or really needs improvement, I think of several places. I think of short yardage on both sides of the ball. I think of also red zone, scoring in the red zone. I think of rushing the passer. I think of third down efficiency on both sides. So to me, what is the biggest area of improvement for the Falcons that I think would make a large difference in their season when you look at all of the factors? And another one, honestly, turnovers. And that is the one I'm going to go with there too. It's turnovers. You have to be on the plus side of the plus minus. You cannot give the ball away more than you take it away, and it can't be even either. When you have an offense with a young quarterback, with new pieces around, DJ Shark, Darnell Mooney, new offensive coordinator. When you have all these new things moving around, what the offense needs, especially with a young quarterback, is as many opportunities as possible to score. So I'm putting the onus on both sides of the ball, really all three sides of the ball, offense, defense, and special teams. I'm putting the onus on all three of them to force more turnovers if you are on the defensive side. If you're on the kick coverage unit, punt coverage unit, do whatever you got to do to force the ball out. If you're on defense, again, peanut punch, it's proven it works. I know you guys practice it. I know Jesse Bates is pretty much a master at it. But again, the more reps the offense gets, the more points we will score, and the better chances we're going to have at the end of ball games. So that's what we need to see. We need to see the Falcons do a better job of protecting the football on offense, taking it away on defense. Then after that, we can look at other factors like short yardage. But if you can take the ball away from the opponent 1.5 times every game, maybe even 2, possibly 3, again, you are going to like where you stand at the end of the 2025 season. All right, y'all, let's call it good for today. We've chopped it up for quite a while here. I need you guys to continue to like, subscribe, share this podcast, this platform, and also continue to leave comments as well. So appreciate all of you guys doing that. We are over 1,000 subscribers, so thank you for that. Let's get to 2,000. And again, let's let the world know, man, about Atlanta Falcons football, that we are passionate, we're knowledgeable, we're kind fans, and we give a damn, okay? Let's do it. You, me, and all of us together. What's good, Falcons family? So, all right, it's Falcons Friday. You guys enjoy the weekend. Hope you enjoyed football last night between the Chargers and the Lions. Chargers kind of took it to Detroit from beginning to end. But again, y'all have a great weekend. And guess what? Next week is game week for us. We're going to get in game mode, and we're going to go over the game plan to beat these same Detroit Lions. Have a great weekend. Sayonara and buenos noches.